Dengan izin Yang Arif. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, Assalamualaikum, selamat sejahtera dan selamat pagi. Prosiding pendengaran penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya pada hari ini, Jumaat 19 Mac 2021, dijalankan secara sidang video Zoom di atas persetujuan semua pihak berikutan perintah kawalan pergerakan bersyarat. Hakim yang bersidang pada hari ini adalah Yang Arif Dato Ahmad Kamal bin Muhammad Shahid, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi Bahagian Kuasa-Kuasa Khas 1. Seterusnya, Mahkamah ingin mengingatkan semua pihak supaya kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai giliran. Diminta kepada wakil-wakil yang hadir pada hari ini bagi pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor untuk memperkenalkan diri. Silakan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Rohaiza binti Hamzah, Peguam Kanan Persekutuan bagi pihak Peguam Negara.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya S. Mala mewakili Majlis Peguam Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya R. Yogiswari bagi Kuasa Peguam KL dan Selangor.
Terima kasih. Mahkamah akan memanggil nama petisyen satu persatu. Apabila nama petisyen dipanggil, pempetisyen diminta berdiri dan memperkenalkan diri. Kemudian, peguam pengusul atau mover akan membacakan latar belakang pempetisyen sehingga selesai. Dengan izin Yang Arif, petisyen pertama 1833-01-2020. Silakan P1 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Melissa Matthew, Pempetisyen Pertama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Razlan Hadri bin Zulkifli. Yang Arif, pada pagi ini saya telah diberi penghormatan dan tanggungjawab untuk mengusulkan penerimaan masuk Pempetisyen Melissa Matthew sebagai seorang Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Dan seperti tradisinya Yang Arif, izinkan saya memberi sedikit ucapan untuk memperkenalkan Pempetisyen kepada Yang Arif. Dan saya juga meminta izin dari Yang Arif untuk meneruskan ucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris. Yang Arif.
Silakan.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif. My Lord, your petitioner, my Lord, Melissa Matthew, was born on the 17th of November 1995 in Selangor and is the youngest child of Mr. Matthew Arula London, who was formerly in the oil and gas industry, and Dr. Angelina Subrayan, who is currently a lecturer in English literature at UiTM. The petitioner, my Lord, has had her primary education in Sekolah Kebangsaan Seafield 3, Sekolah Kebangsaan USJ 12, and then Convent Bukit Mertajam Pulau Pinang before finishing her education at Asunta High School in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Thereafter, my Lord, your petitioner did her A-levels at ATC College and then was accepted to read law in the University of London External Programme, where she graduated with a second upper class honours degree in January 2018. She then attended Cardiff University, enrolling in a bar professional training course for admission as a barrister in England and Wales, which she duly did, having been admitted to the Honourable Society of the Middle Temple in November 2019. My Lord, when asked what made her choose the law as a vocation, she says this is a combination of her argumentative and questioning nature and the 2001 comedy Legally Blonde. My Lord, I've been doing this for close to 20 years, and this is the first time the Reese Witherspoon of the movie Legally Blonde has been quoted by me, at least, as an inspiration for someone to do the law. But we all have different paths to come before your lordship here today. My lord, whilst at university, she was particularly active in the Rotaract Club, where, as president, she led a project to provide water filtration and clean water to the rural areas of the Philippines. She also worked, she's a very hardworking person, your petitioner, my lord. She worked as a barista part-time in a cafe while she was also at university. One could then say, I suppose, she was a barista before becoming a barrister. My lord, upon completion of her bar studies, the petitioner commenced her pupillage in the chambers of my old and learned friend, Mr. Yo Cho Kyong and Mrs. Ranjit Singh and Yo. Mr. Yo Cho Kyong, as my lord knows, specializes in commercial matters and in fact is one of the leading lawyers in our country on land law, particularly on the vexed subject of land law fraud. And is the author of one of the chapters in the recently published and well-received practitioner's book, The Law and Practice of Injunctions in Malaysia. My lord, at this point, I've also been informed by your petitioner that she has managed to secure a place to continue her career in Chang and Arif, Chui Chang and Arif, one of the leading commercial and civil litigation firms in our country, where she will be working under one of my old friends, Mr. Lim Tak San. Clearly, my lord, your petitioner has a good habit of picking up really, really great mentors. My lord, I now come to the appreciation, acknowledgement, and recognition part of the speech. First and foremost, the petitioner would like to express her gratitude to her parents for their unconditional love, for their unwavering support, and for their unyielding belief in her. Her father for his constant encouragement and advice, and her mother for being her pillar of strength. The petitioner would also like to thank her older sisters, Michelle and Tracy, for always encouraging her in everything that she does, for teaching her the importance of hard work, and of course, for covering up and taking all the flack from their parents so she didn't have to being the youngest in the family. My lord, when I was growing up, I also wished to have had sisters like this, but my sisters always just reported on what my wrongdoings to my parents. My lord, the petitioner would like to thank her university and bar school friends for making the last several years of her life the best she could ever ask for, and for creating memories that she would treasure for the rest of her life. The petitioner gives special shout out to her friends, Florence Chong, Eliza Amira, Melvina Krishnan, and Joshua Roshan, for always looking out for her and for being her confidants through the ups and downs of her academic and work life. She loves them dearly. The petitioner would also like to thank her colleagues and Ranjit Singh and Yo for making her experience as a pupil there a memorable one. Lastly, and especially, of course, my lord, your petitioner would like to record her utmost appreciation to her master, Mr. Yo Cho Kyong, for his guidance and mentorship throughout her pupillage. She was indeed lucky to have had a pupil master like Mr. Yo, who is not only industrious and unwavering on professional ethics, but has also proven to be an inspiration to her. Mr. Yo Cho Kyong, according to the petitioner, really cares for the client. And this I can confirm, having worked with him for a number of years and a number of cases. No point will go unresearched or unread, my lord. No evidence will be left uninvestigated by Mr. Yo. No facts will not be looked into. He goes all out without compromise. I suppose reflecting the football team that he supports, the Liverpool Football Club. My lord, this I would surmise, mentorship, inspiration, is the purpose of pupillage, which is basically a system of apprenticeship designed ultimately to inspire and to pass along knowledge and experience acquired by the master in his or her practice to the pupil. And thus, my lord, continuing the chain, ensuring, my lord, the chain of continuity of tradition, of honor, of the values that binds all of us here as advocates and solicitors gathered before my lord today in this virtual courtroom to continue unbroken into the future. My lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order, and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee, respectively, have no objections to this application. Therefore, my Lord, I humbly pray and move this Honourable Court to enrol the petitioner, Melissa Matthew, as an advocate and solicitor in the High Court of Malaya, my Lord.
Tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
Majlis Peguam tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Melissa Matthew untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif. Ya Arif, dengan izin Mahkamah yang mulia ini, saya memohon agar Cik Melissa Matthew dibenarkan untuk menjubahkan beliau sendiri.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izin Ya Arif. Petisyen kedua 18-276-02-2020. Silakan P2, perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Umi Chong Eng, pepetisyen kedua.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Chu Fong Min, Peguam Pengusul bagi Pempetisyen Chong Eng. Dengan izin Yang Arif, mohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan proceeding dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan.
My Lord, the petitioner Ui Chong Ying is the eldest child of Mr. Ui Weng Hui and Madam Ting Lai Hong. The petitioner was born in the year of 1994. She received her primary study at SJKC and also at SMK Rocket for her secondary school education. The petitioner has graduated from University of West of England with a second class honor and obtained a graduate in 1999. The petitioner has joined law and company as a pupil under her master, Madam Dahlia Lee Wui Mian, in the year after. The petitioner's father, Mr. Ui Weng Hui, is also a legal practitioner with 28 years of experience and still remains in practice. My Lord, the petitioner has informed me that her passion in law was inspired by her brother gradually throughout the years. In this best and special moment, the petitioner would like to extend her utmost gratitude and would like to honor her parents for their unwavering love, financial support, and spiritual support, especially her mother, Madam Ting Lai Hong, decided to give up her full-time job and became a stay-at-home mom to take care of the petitioner and the three musketeers since 1997. I was informed by the petitioner to declare this statement at this special moment. Thank you, Mom and Dad. It is truly my pleasure and honor to be your daughter in this life. These three little musketeers are the best witnesses of the petitioner's life journey. There are Mr. Joe Ui Tat Chen, Mr. John Ui Ta Yong, and Mr. David Ui Ta Wei. I thought you will always be there for the petitioner, encourage her and supporting her whenever she was in need. Today, this moment is definitely not an individual achievement, but rather a collective achievement of this family. The petitioner also never gets to Mr. Ui Chin Sang and Madam Ui Siu Kian for their giving her such a wonderful and memorable childhood and for always cook her some good soup. The petitioner also would like to extend her gratitude to her master in chamber, Madam Dahlia Lee Wui Mian, for willing to accept the petitioner to the chamber under herself and provided the petitioner many useful life teaching and guidance throughout the petitioner's 9 months pupillage. The petitioner also would like to take this opportunity to thank all of her friends for always being helpful, kind and supportive to her always along this journey. Disclaimer, this is a non-exhaustive list. There are Miss Yang Sun Mei, Miss Sunjata Singh, Miss Tu Man Yi, Miss Coco Heng Li Peng, Miss Yap Pei Fan, Miss Cosette Tan Yi San, Miss Nicole Wee Bi Yen, Miss Sabrina Chu Su Wund. Yang Arif, I humbly pray that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted as a solicitor of this court, and I verily believe that the papers are in order, and my learned friends from the Attorney Chamber, Council, and Bar Committee have no objection to this petition.
Ada bantahan ya Arif?
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Ada bantahan yang Arif dari Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Hui Chong Yeng untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan rendah diri, saya memohon kepada Mahkamah Mula ini untuk kebenaran kepada pempetisyen menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, petisyen ketiga 18-310-02-2020. Silakan P3 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Kong Zi Shuang, pempetisyen ketiga.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Sheikh Abdul Salim. Saya hadir bagi pempetisyen. Saya percaya rakan-rakan bijaksana saya telah memperkenalkan diri mereka awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya mohon agar dapat meneruskan ucapan dengan bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. The petitioner Kong Zi Shuang is the eldest child of Mr. Kong Chi Ka and Mrs. Lok So Mui, and he was raised here in Kuala Lumpur. The petitioner read law at Brickfields Asia College via the London University External Program, for which he was conferred a Bachelor of Laws degree in 2018. Thereafter, he obtained his certificate of legal practice in 2019. The petitioner then proceeded to embark on his pupillage and complete his pupillage at Messrs. Shen Delamore and Co. under the tutelage of my learned friend, Mr. Rabindra S. Nathan. So happens that Mr. Rabindra S. Nathan was also the person who played the role as my pupil master all those years ago when I joined Shen Delamore during my pupillage. And if I may add, my lord, the only downside of doing long calls is that you are reminded as to how long ago it was when you started practice. If I may continue, my lord, on this day of admission, the petitioner first and foremost would like to record his gratitude to his parents, his siblings, his grandmother, as well as his entire extended family. Without their unwavering belief in him, their unconditional support, and their countless sacrifice for the past 2 decades and more, the petitioner would not be here today. Secondly, the petitioner would also like to thank the friends whom he has been able to meet as a direct result of his undertaking into the journey in law. To his constant companions and classmates from university, Amos, Mel, Julius, June, he thanks them for making the tedious years of studies, lectures, and examinations bearable and sometimes even enjoyable. This is a feeling that he will continue to have when he starts practice. Further to that, he also likes to extend his gratitude to Miss To Su Lin, who mentored him during his brief stint as an attachment student. He remains ever indebted for advice and encouragement. Finally, the petitioner would also like to express his gratitude to his pupil master and his colleagues at the firm for the opportunities given to him, for their patience and their invaluable guidance over the past year. Ya Arif, saya percaya Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang fit and proper person untuk diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang peguam Bela dan peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Kuala. Saya percaya surat cara adalah teratur dan tidak ada apa-apa bantahan daripada rakan-rakan bijaksana saya. Oleh yang demikian, saya mohon suatu perintah seperti yang dimohon.
Tiada bantahan ya Arif.
Majlis Peguam tiada bantahan yang Arif.
Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan ya.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Kong Zi Xiong untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Jadi saya mohon kebenaran agar Pempetisyen dibenarkan menyarung jubah dia sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih Arif.
Terima izin Ya Arif. Petisyen keempat 18417/03/2020. Silakan P4 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, nama saya Cik Sini Amanda, Pempetisyen keempat.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya Ahmad Fazli bin Abu Ghani, Peguam pengusul untuk Pempetisyen. Ya Arif, dengan hormatnya saya memohon kebenaran mahkamah untuk meneruskan prosiding dan memperkenalkan Pempetisyen dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan.
My Lord, the petitioner was born on 4th of October 1996. She is the daughter of Mr. Chia Mun Luen and Ms. Tan Yong Siu. The petitioner read law at Cardiff University and completed her bar professional training at DPP University in London. The petitioner then commenced her pupillage at Messrs. Dennis Nick and Moore. The petitioner is firstly thankful to all her teachers and lecturers for teaching and tutoring her, where they have inspired her and shared their knowledge with her. Secondly, the petitioner would like to thank the members of Mrs. Dennis Nick and Wong. She extends her gratitude to Dato Wong Ren Yen for giving her the opportunity to be part of the firm, and to her pupil master, my learned friend Mr. Vincent Lim, for his tutelage, guidance, and for giving her invaluable life lessons throughout her 9 months of pupillage with the firm. Mr. Vincent was not only a master, but also a listening ear. The petitioner would also like to thank the other partners of the firm, Mr. Gary Ng and Miss Emily Wong, and the other associates, Mr. Muhilan, for guiding and inspiring her during the pupillage. The petitioner truly enjoyed her pupillage at the firm. Thirdly, Yarif, the petitioner thanks her colleagues and friends she met throughout her life for their friendship, support, and patience. in particular Wong Po Yi, Eliza Tan, Lau Yi Kay, Jessica Chong, Hui Swen, Clarissa, Yi Shen, and Nur Amira. Fourthly, the petitioner is also very thankful to her supporters, Ng Wan Ling and Jasper Yi, for sticking by her side throughout thick and thin, being patient and understanding. She's also grateful that no matter what, she knows that they will always have her back. Lastly, Arif, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to express her deepest gratitude and appreciation to her parents' endless love, encouragement, support, and sacrifices. They bring out the best in her, and without them, she will not be who she is now. She is to her sister. The petitioner thanks her. I believe that the petitioner's course papers are in order and that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I also believe that my learned friends from the Attorney General Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee have no objections to this, for the petitioner to be enrolled. I humbly pray that the petitioner be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Tiada bantahan ya Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Syak Zain Yi Amanda untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Much obliged, Arif. Arif, I seek leave of this honourable court for the petitioner to vote herself.
Yang dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, petisyen kelima 18-522-03-2020. Silakan P5, kenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Menerima binti Muhafif, Pempetisyen yang kelima.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya S. Mala kini adalah peguam pengusul yang hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen kelima, Menerima binti Muhafif. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili Yang Berhormat Peguam Negara Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Selangor dan Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang diperkenalkan sebentar tadi. Kini Cik R. Yogeswari K. Radhakrishnan akan menyebut bagi pihak Majlis Peguam Malaysia. Sebelum saya mengusulkan pendengaran permohonan pempetisyen untuk diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk memperkenalkan pempetisyen dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. May I introduce your fifth petitioner, Menerima binti Muhafif. Your petitioner was born and raised in Muar, Johor. She is the eldest and only daughter to her parents, Encik Muhafif bin Muhammad Bahari and Puan Noriza binti Abdul Bari. Your petitioner read law at International Islamic University Malaysia and graduated with a first-class degree honours in the year of 2020. Your petitioner then commenced her pupillage at Mrs. Michael Chen and Co., under the tutelage of my learned friend, Ms. Lim Mui Lian. Your petitioner now realizes that legal practice is hectic and certainly not as glamorous as it appears on TV, like The Suit, but in my time it was LA law. Your petitioner was exposed to a myriad of challenges throughout her pupillage, which she gave her level best to overcome them, and acknowledges each experience as lessons to prepare her for a long journey ahead. My Lord, on this memorable day, your petitioner would like to take this opportunity to express her utmost gratitude and heartfelt appreciation to the significant people in her life who have continuously stood by her. First and foremost, her beloved parents who have encouraged and motivated her to pursue her ambitions since she was a little girl. Their continuous moral support, love and sacrifices are the reason why your petitioner works hard to ensure she can always make them proud. Her parents are her inspiration and strength to persevere whilst reaching for the stars. To quote your petitioner herself, "Without Ibu and Ayah, I may not be where I am today." Her dearest brothers, the thorns among this particular rose, Haikal and Lukman, for their continuous support in whatever she embarks. And in fact, my Lord, your petitioner tells me that their very existence in her life is such a joyful and a positive influence on her. To her pupil master, Ms. Lim Mui Lian, for being a great mentor and guiding her in all her conveyancing and litigation matters. Also, a very special thanks to Ms. Samantha, whom the petitioner had the honor of working closely with and the constant guidance and support shown and taught, which has made your petitioner to be extremely meticulous and diligent in delivering quality work. Her appreciation is also extended to the other lawyers, senior staffs, her abang runners of Mrs. Michael Chen and Co., for their knowledge, generosity, compassion, and to ensure making her journey so much more meaningful and merrier. During and also post-working hours shall forever remain with her. To her most treasured friend, Aina Nadira, who has been with her literally since day one of enrolling at the foundation program at IIUM. These two friends did not foresee doing their pupillage together. Nonetheless, the universe had its own way to ensure they were offered to do their pupillage at the same firm and together. It was indeed, as your petitioner says, she aspires to be the best version of herself, thanks to her friend who has always offered nothing but love, patience, and sincerity throughout their friendship. Last but not least, her many other friends, Farzana, Anis, Alni, Alia, Ezrin, Christina, Ezra, and from the group AIKOL 152. Dengan demikian Yang Arif, saya percaya bahawa pempetisyen merupakan seorang yang berkelayakan untuk diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya menurut Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976. Saya juga percaya bahawa semua kertas pausa adalah teratur dan tiada bantahan daripada rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili ketiga-tiga badan berkenaan atas penerimaan pempetisyen ini. Oleh yang demikian, Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk menerima masuk pempetisyen Munira binti Muhafif sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
Arif, saya menyebut bagi Majlis Peguam dan Majlis Peguam tiada bantahan, dan bagi pihak jawatan kuasa Peguam Selangor tiada bantahan.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Munira binti Muhafif untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan izin, saya memohon kebenaran Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk membenarkan pempetisyen menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, petisyen ke-6 1854803/2020. Silakan P6 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Goh Sian Ji, Pempetisyen ke-6.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Lim Yin Shan, pengusul bagi Pempetisyen Goh Sian Ji. Saya memohon untuk meneruskan prosiding ini dalam bahasa Inggeris. Yang Arif.
Silakan.
My Lord, the petitioner was awarded a Bachelor of Law degree or LLB second upper class honours from the University of Essex in the UK in 2018. The petitioner then continued his education at the BPP University in the UK for the Bar Professional Training course and obtained the grade of very competent. In March 2020, the petitioner commenced his pupillage in the chambers of Mr. Kelvin Nsinghwat at Mrs. BBT, and he completed his pupillage in December 2020. On this special day, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to thank his parents, Mr. Goh Tem Lin and Miss Goh Swee Lin, and his family members for giving him their undivided moral and financial support. The petitioner had encountered a lot of obstacles in his life. His parents and his sister, Miss Goh Wan Sian, are always his best counselor and have always given him their best advice. They are the greatest parents and family in the world. He is surrounded by love and care at all times. The petitioner would like to record his utmost appreciation for the training and instructions given by Mr. Kelvin Nsinghwat, Mr. Khoo Kayong, and all the lawyers and staff of Mrs. BBT. The petitioner would like to thank his master for providing him with his utmost care and support when the petitioner questioned his own ability in becoming a good lawyer, and Mr. Kam Boon Kyong for giving him additional training and mentor guidance. The petitioner would like to thank all the staffs of the firm, especially Cik Asfari Zarahim, for assisting him with his work. My Lord, I very believe that petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as advocate and solicitors. All the cause papers are in order and there are no objections from the three bodies to the petition. Accordingly, I humbly pray that this Honourable Court grants an order that the petitioner be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this Honourable Court.
Tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
Majlis Peguam tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Jawatan kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
dengan izinnya Arif, saya memohon kebenaran dari mahkamah yang mulia ini bagi pempetisyen menjubahkan sendiri.
Tunggu sehingga saya bagi perintah dulu. Sebentar. Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Cikgu,
Yes.
Saya belum memberi perintah seperti
belum. Sorry.
Sabar, saya tahu hari ini semua orang nak jadi peguam. Tunggu sehingga saya bagi perintah seperti di pohon. Lepas itu, saya bagi kebenaran untuk menjubahkan, baru cikgu jubahkannya. Jangan risau, sebentar lagi saya bagi. Sabar Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima Masuk, untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Baik cikgu, sekarang saya benarkan cikgu untuk menjubahkan jubah cikgu sendiri. Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, petisyen ke-7 18566203/2020. Silakan P7, kenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Maxine Lim Jiasin, pempetisyen ke-7.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Dinesh Nandrajo, Peguam Pengusul bagi pihak pempetisyen. Yang Arif, rakan-rakan bijaksana saya daripada badan-badan berkanun masing-masing telah pun diperkenalkan. Yang Arif, saya pohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
I'm obliged, my Lord. My Lord, the petitioner, Maxine Lim Jiasin, was born on 29th January 1996 in Kuala Lumpur and is the eldest daughter of Mr. Lim Eng Kwan and Mrs. Goh Siu Hoon. The petitioner had her early education in SJKC, Hui Chai 2, and subsequently had her secondary education in Nobel International School. After completing A-levels, the petitioner read law at the University of Reading, United Kingdom, where she graduated with a second-class honours upper division. The petitioner pursued her master's and her bar professional training course concurrently at City University of London. As part of her LLM, she undertook pro bono work at the Free Representation Unit in London while completing the bar. At the Free Representation Unit, the petitioner provided free representation for the social security appeals to help people who are not eligible for legal aid and cannot afford lawyers, in which she managed to obtain a successful outcome for 3 out of 4 cases that she undertook. In the end, she completed her LLM with a commendation for overall and a distinction for her work at the pro bono and obtained a very competent for her BPTC. It is the petitioner's belief that whilst it takes a village to raise a person, it also takes a village to build a lawyer. As such, the petitioner stands here today to humbly seek the leave of His Honourable Court to express her sincerest gratitude and heartfelt appreciation to those who have played a part, no matter big or small, in this journey in pursuing her legal career. Firstly, her family, her parents, Mr. Lim Eng Kwan, Mrs. Goh Siu Hoon, her sister, Miss Kalista Lin, for the unwavering and unconditional love and support that they have given the petitioner throughout the years leading up till today. The petitioner is raised by capable and strong people who taught her the importance of kindness, fairness, and to not cower in the face of injustices in life. These are values the petitioner will fiercely defend and will put to good use as she continues her journey in law. The petitioner states this moment is yours as much as it is hers, for she would not have made it this far without you all today. Secondly, the petitioner wishes to thank her pupil master, Mr. Simon Hong, for his tutelage and the opportunities and the dedicated guidance given throughout her pupilage. Thirdly, to her mover, Mr. Dinesh and myself, for taking the time off his busy schedule today to move the petitioner's admission to the bar, and for always coming through for the petitioner as a valuable mentor and a long-time friend. You're welcome, Maxine. Fourthly, the petitioner wishes to thank her partner, Mr. Ryan Shongkazi, and his family for his kindness and compassion whenever the petitioner is not at her best, his relentless pursuit in helping the petitioner get back on her feet when she falls, for his steadfast resolve in pushing the petitioner to be the best version she can be, not just as a lawyer, but also as a person. Fifthly, the petitioner wishes to thank her colleagues and friends during her time in pupilage, specifically Ms. Lina Ang, Yan, and Amber. Pupilage can be a vulnerable time, but the limitless patience, reassurances, friendship, and their unwavering belief in the best of the petitioner provided a lifeline for her during some of the most tumultuous of times. Sixthly, to all her fellow comrades and friends that she has had the privilege to cross paths with during both degree and the bar, the late night studying, the dining at the Inns of Court, the laughter and tears they shared together, and the camaraderie shared during the highs and lows of this journey are precious memories and bonds that the petitioner is eternally grateful for. And the petitioner looks forward to share the same spirit with all friends, old and new, in the coming years of practice. And lastly, but not the least, the petitioner wishes to thank her best friends, especially those that are watching today, for standing by her and believing in the best of her, and for being a soldier and shoulder at the petitioner's side in every turn. The petitioner states that it is her honor and pleasure to be growing alongside with and to be loved by all of you, and promises to return the same commitment to each and every one of you to the best of her capability. Yang Arif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I believe the petitioner's papers are all in order and that my learned friends from the respective bodies have no objections to this motion. And as such, I humbly move that this Honourable Court admit and enroll the petitioner, Ms. Maxine Lim Jiasin, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Ada bantahan ya, Arif?
Tiada bantahan yang Arif.
Ada bantahan dari jawatan kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur, Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Maxine Lim Jiasin untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
My Lord, if I may humbly seek the court's permission to allow the petitioner to robe herself.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
I'm obliged, my Lord.
Sama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Petition ke-8 18-672-06-2020. Silakan P8 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Ho Ji Chen, Pempetisyen ke-8.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Mala hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Position. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang diperkenalkan tadi. Sekali lagi, Cik Yogeswari K. Radhakrishnan akan menyebut bagi pihak Majlis Peguam. Sebelum saya mengusulkan pendengaran permohonan pempetisyen untuk diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk meneruskan prosiding ini dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. May I introduce your petitioner position? Your petitioner was born in Kuala Lumpur on 23rd of July 1996. She is the youngest daughter to her parents, Madam Lim Lee Har and the late Mr. Ho Ki Cheong. Your petitioner had set her mind on becoming a lawyer upon leaving Kwan Cheng High School. She enrolled in the UK degree transfer program at Health University that enabled her to experience different university life both in Malaysia and in the United Kingdom. Your petitioner was awarded a Bachelor of Law degree in the year of 2018 and successfully cleared the certificate in legal practice the following year. On the 1st of June 2020, your petitioner commenced her pupillage in the chambers of Messrs. Gui and Azura under the tutelage of my learned friend, Mr. Gui Sun Singh. On this memorable occasion, your petitioner would like to seize this opportunity to record her utmost gratitude and heartfelt appreciation to the following people. First and foremost, to her parents and her older sister, Ho Zi Sheng, for always being by her side and showering her with support and unconditional love, without which she would not be standing here today as a recipient of this great honor. Your petitioner's beloved father passed away in September 2020, a mere 3 months into her pupillage. Though the pain was unbearable and every moment was overwhelming, your petitioner resolved each day to continue pursuing excellence at work to honor her late dad. She wanted to share this special day with her father, but she believes that he is shining down on her and smiling with pride. On a personal note, she saying, your dad's guiding hand will be on your shoulders forever. Her grandparents, Mr. Lim Kok Hau and Madam Chan Chin Kim Lian, whose unwavering support and encouragement has been instrumental in molding her life. Her pupil master, Mr. Gui Sun Singh, a very much respected senior counsel in the field of criminal law, whereby she was privileged to witness the great art of advocacy by shadowing him in various matters. Your petitioner is eternally grateful for his invaluable guidance, advice, and opportunities given to her. The partners at Messrs. Gui and Azura, Puan Azura, Ms. Selvi and Mr. Chong Kak Sen, the legal associates, Ms. Ui Pen Lin, Ms. Lim Wei Ki, and Ms. Belinda Lau Siat Yan, who was also recently admitted to the High Court of Malaya before my Lord, and all the staffs of the firm for their patience, guidance, and encouragement throughout the 9 months. COVID-19 pandemic restricted her exposure and experience inside the courtroom, but yet all the members in Masa's Guin and Azura still offered many opportunities to learn the various areas of law. It was such a meaningful and unforgettable experience being nurtured in such an environment that taught her not only to be patient, but guidance and respect. Though your petitioner came in with a passion for criminal law, her exposure was not limited to only capital punishment cases. She was part of a team to assist in an extradition matter that went all the way to the federal court. She was also able to assist in civil matters from constructions to medical negligence. Your petitioner was privileged to have been part of the defense team to interview one of the only 6 forensic psychiatrists in Malaysia, and at the same time visit Hospital Bahagian in Tanjung Rambutan. She has acquired invaluable knowledge and experience which she would never have obtained from university and textbooks. Your petitioner acknowledges the importance of continuously learning and reading, not only for the purposes of practice, but also for her good in life. My sister informs me that due to her diligence, capability, and work ethics, she has been retained to join the team in Masa's Gui and Azura. Last but not least, your petitioner would like to thank Thomas Mann for being her constant support through thick and thin, her friends and lecturers who have always provided support, guidance throughout her journey in life. Dengan demikian Yang Arif, saya sesungguhnya percaya bahawa pempetisyen adalah seorang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976. Saya sesungguhnya percaya bahawa semua surat cara pempetisyen adalah sempurna dan teratur. Saya juga percaya bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili ketiga-tiga badan berkenaan tiada sebarang bantahan dan menyokong usul ini. Maka saya dengan hormatnya memohon kepada Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini agar pempetisyen Ho Zishan diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Pohon diperkenalkan.
Tiada bantahan ya Arif.
Ya Arif, saya menyebut bagi Majlis Peguam tiada bantahan. Bagi pihak jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur, kami tiada.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Ho Zishan untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Kini saya memohon kebenaran Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk pempetisyen sendiri menyarungkan jubah.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Terima izin Yang Arif. Petisyen ke-9 18159609/2019. Silakan P9 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Muhammad Faiz bin Jafri, pempetisyen yang ke-9. 9. 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9
Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya Balwinda Jidkor hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Muhammad Faiz bin Jafri. Bersama-sama saya adalah rakan-rakan bijaksana yang mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan kepada Yang Arif sebelum ini. Yang Arif, sebelum saya usulkan pendengaran permohonan Pempetisyen Muhammad Faiz bin Jafri, izinkan saya memperkenalkan Pempetisyen terlebih dahulu. Yang Arif, Pempetisyen dilahirkan pada 30 Disember 1996 di Hospital Universiti Sains Malaysia, Kubang Kerian, Kelantan. Pempetisyen merupakan anak bongsu daripada dua orang adik-beradik kepada pasangan Haji Jafri bin Abdul Rahman dan Puan Norasia binti Muhammad. Pempetisyen telah menerima pendidikan awal di Sekolah Kebangsaan Kubang Kerian 3 dan Sekolah Kebangsaan Othman Talib 2. Seterusnya, Pempetisyen telah melanjutkan pendidikan menengah di Maktab Rendah Sains Mara Jeli, Kelantan. 5 tahun tinggal berjauhan daripada ibu bapa dan keluarga telah menjadikan Pempetisyen seorang yang lebih berdikari, berani dan tidak mudah berputus asa. Ya Arif, titik permulaan bagi Pempetisyen menceburkan diri dalam bidang undang-undang adalah apabila Pempetisyen telah ditawarkan ke program asasi undang-undang selama 1 tahun di UiTM Kuantan. Setelah tamat pengajian menengahnya, pada ketika itu, Pempetisyen mula memupuk minat yang mendalam dalam bidang ini dan tekad mengejar impiannya untuk menjadi seorang peguam. Berkat doa dan dorongan kedua ibu bapanya, Pempetisyen kemudiannya telah berjaya melanjutkan pengajian dalam jurusan yang sama di Fakulti Undang-Undang Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM pada tahun 2015 dan berjaya dianugerahkan Ijazah Sarjana Muda Undang-Undang dengan kepujian pada tahun 2019. Pempetisyen kemudiannya telah memulakan latihan dalam kamar di Tetuan Othman Hashim and Company di Kuala Lumpur di bawah bimbingan Puan Adiba binti Ishak. Selama 9 bulan menjalani latihan dalam kamar, Pempetisyen telah diberi pendedahan di dalam bidang litigasi dan diberi peluang untuk turut sama mengendalikan kes-kes tuntutan sivil, terutamanya kes yang melibatkan kes kemalangan jalan raya. Pempetisyen juga telah diberi banyak peluang dan kepercayaan untuk menghadiri kes-kes di mahkamah. Yang Arif, pada hari yang bermakna ini, Pempetisyen ingin merakamkan setinggi-tinggi rasa syukur terhadap Ilahi kerana dikurniakan kedua ibu bapa yang penyayang, iaitu Tuan Haji Jafri bin Abdul Rahman dan Puan Norasia binti Muhammad, yang sentiasa memberi sokongan, kasih sayang dan kepercayaan kepada Pempetisyen untuk memilih apa yang terbaik bagi dirinya. Pempetisyen percaya bahawa pencapaian pada hari ini melambangkan pengorbanan, kesabaran dan juga kesungguhan kedua ibu bapanya dalam membesarkan Pempetisyen. Tidak lupa juga kepada kakaknya Nur Hafifah Nadira yang bukan saja menjadi tulang belakang Pempetisyen, malah menjadi sahabat paling akrab. Tanpa dorongan dan dukungan beliau, tidak mungkin Pempetisyen mampu berdiri di sini pada hari ini. Pempetisyen juga menzahirkan ucapan terima kasih kepada ahli keluarga terdekat yang sentiasa mengutuskan doa dan semangat untuk Pempetisyen menjadi peguam pertama dalam keluarganya. Penghargaan khas Pempetisyen juga kepada peguam pengajar beliau, iaitu Puan Adiba binti Ishak, yang telah tanpa jemu memberi tunjuk ajar, nasihat dan juga sentiasa bersabar dikala Pempetisyen mengulangi kesilapan yang sama. Pempetisyen akan sentiasa berpegang kepada segala pesanan dan bebelan kasih sayang yang diberikan untuk menjadi peguam yang beretika pada masa hadapan. Selanjutnya, Pempetisyen juga mendedikasikan ucapan terima kasih kepada kesemua partners, peguam dan kaki tangan Tetuan Othman Hashim yang telah banyak memberi bantuan kepada beliau dalam memperbaiki prestasi kerja, meningkatkan keyakinan diri dan memberikan pengalaman yang baru kepada Pempetisyen. Ya Arif, selain daripada itu, Pempetisyen juga memberi sekalung penghargaan untuk sahabat-sahabat serumah Pempetisyen, iaitu Fahmi dan Ashraf yang sentiasa berada bersama Pempetisyen untuk memulakan perjalanan hidup di Ibu Kota Kuala Lumpur serta melayani kerana beliau sepanjang tempoh PKP pada tahun 2020. Penghargaan ini juga ditujukan kepada sahabat-sahabat baik Pempetisyen iaitu Muhaimin, Aklina, Adam, Alia, Anis, Nabila, Afika dan Kavya Srini yang banyak membantu dan memberi sokongan serta menghiburkan Pempetisyen sepanjang 4 tahun di Fakulti Undang-Undang. Tidak lupa juga kepada sahabat-sahabat lama Pempetisyen semenjak di bangku sekolah, terutama sekali Syukran dan Aina yang sentiasa menjadi pendengar setia dan bersama-sama Pempetisyen mengharungi kesusahan dan meraihkan kegembiraan. Ya Arif, saya percaya segala kertas yang berkenaan adalah berada dalam keadaan sempurna dan teratur. Saya sesungguhnya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976 dan juga percaya bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili badan-badan berkenaan tidak mempunyai bantahan. Oleh yang demikian, Ya Arif, saya pohon satu perintah agar Pempetisyen dapat diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
Majlis Peguam tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Muhammad Faiz bin Jafri untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif. Ya Arif, saya pohon agar Pempetisyen diberi kebenaran untuk menjubahkan diri sendiri, Yang Arif.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih kepada kesemua wakil-wakil jabatan dan peguam pengusul. Tahniah diucapkan kepada kesemua Pempetisyen yang telah didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Diminta sekali lagi diingatkan agar tuan-puan kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai ucapan dari Yang Arif Hakim. Terima kasih. Seterusnya, ucapan dari Yang Arif Hakim.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat pagi. Pertamanya, Mahkamah ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil daripada pihak-pihak yang berkenaan, iaitu daripada yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatankuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor, serta semua peguam-peguam pengusul yang telah sudi hadir pada perbicaraan pada hari ini. Tidak lupa juga Mahkamah ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada ibu bapa, keluarga dan rakan-rakan Pempetisyen serta semua pihak yang telah sudi meluangkan masa untuk hadir menyaksikan perbicaraan kita pada pagi ini yang telah disiarkan secara maya, iaitu secara langsung melalui sidang video. Tidak lupa juga Mahkamah ingin mengucapkan terima kasih dan syabas kepada semua tenaga pengajar, iaitu masters dan firma-firma Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara yang telah berjaya membimbing dan mendidik Pempetisyen sehingga menjadi peguam pada pagi ini. Melissa Matthew, Wee Chong Yeng Kong Zishong, Cak Zin Yi Amanda, Munira binti Muhafiz, Goh Chen-Zid, Maxine Lim Jiazin, Ho Zizian, dan Muhammad Faiz bin Jafri. Tahniah dan syabas mahkamah ucapkan kepada anda semua. This ceremony is a very important milestone in your life. You have just been admitted as advocates and solicitors of the High Court of Malaya, a rite of passage from a long gestation period of education in the law to a long journey of practice in the law. I've described coming out of law school and into the real world as somewhat like coming out of Plato's cave into the bright sunlight of real life. From the shadow of abstract principles to the reality of applying them to real life situations. The new journey will be much longer, but it will also be a wonderful lifelong experience if you grasp the unlimited opportunities open to you to make your mark in your career and as a responsible citizen in contributing to the welfare of our society. It is therefore my pleasure to first congratulate all of you who have just been conferred this honor and hope that you will enhance it by your coming endeavors to make a success of your career in the legal profession. I'm sure that your parents, siblings, and friends who are here watching this ceremony virtually are also extremely happy for you in your new standing in society. They also deserve my commendation for the familial, financial, and moral support which they have given you during this 4 to 5 years period of tutelage in the law. As an advocate and solicitors, you are to serve the law and justice first and always by serving all manner of people who may need the law and justice. You have the power to give your services ably and diligently or badly and opportunistically. What you do from now on can lead you to a fulfilling lifelong career as a lawyer, even to fame and fortune, or to an unfulfilled career of mediocrity, or even to disgrace and misfortune. The choice is yours. Despite all the bad jokes and satirical remarks about lawyers, the law remains an honorable profession and a highly esteemed one in society today. Lawyers fulfill crucial roles as protectors and defenders of civil and property rights. They also provide services to create and protect contractual rights so that economic and social activities can be carried on in confidence that there are lawyers to assist in enforcing these rights. And in fulfilling these roles, lawyers can help to make whole the lesions and wounds, as well as the cracks and fissures within the fabric of society. A rule-based society like Malaysia will always require legal services for social justice and economic progress. Most of you will stay in the legal profession for life. Some of you, however, will leave it if and when you find out that it is not the life for you. Many will leave the bar for all manner of reasons. My advice to you, should you find yourself disenchanted with the laws, is that whatever you end up doing as your lifetime's work, remember that your legal education and training has put you in a class of citizens who can think rationally and act responsibly towards your fellow citizens. You have the capability to become role models in whatever you do. On an occasion like this, I am expected to offer some advice on how to succeed as a lawyer. My advice is that there is no silver bullet or magic wand that you can rely on, other than your sense of purpose and your dedication to your work. Hard work is necessary, but it may not, in and of itself, be sufficient for you to achieve the highest peaks of success. Such is life. Time and circumstance may not favor you in the way that they have favored others who have achieved great triumphs in their life. But success alone, if at all, is not the real measure of a good life. I think that we can all agree that happiness is happiness in your work, in your marriage, and in raising a happy family. So, with respect to the next few years of your professional life, I will simply temper my advice to you as follows. First, familiarize yourselves with the potholes in the road that you are about to take. If you step into a pothole, it can trip you badly. To help you in your journey, I will recommend that you read the following material. You must read a delightful little book called A Civil Practice, Good Counsel for Learned Friends, on how to make friends with your opposing counsel, and more importantly, not to annoy the judges. It is a book about the traditions of the bar. So, follow the good counsel given in that book carefully. The second book you should reread from time to time is Ethics and Professional Responsibility, a code for the advocate and solicitor. The book details the various failings and sins of lawyers. Going beyond your immediate and future careers, you should also be aware that your education and training in law have given you an advantage when venturing forth to take on other responsibilities in society. Because you are trained to think and to resolve disputes and problems through logic and reason. And because of this all powerful idea of justice that the law seeks to inculcate in people, a legal education gives you an opening and the opportunity like no other kind of education to fill the ranks of our future leadership in nation building, whether it is in politics, public administration, business, finance, and management or academia. Malaysia society has changed very fast in the last 10 to 20 years. Globalization, the influence of the internet, the growth of social media, and so on and so forth, have thrown up many political, social, and economic challenges for the rich and not so rich countries all over the world. You may be too young now to be part of the solution to the current problems, but you will not be too young in the next 20 years to be part of the solution to the problems of the future. So learn wisely by reading widely so that you can make a better future for all. The future for Malaysia lawyers is bright. Make it yours. And I now conclude by once again congratulating all of you for reaching this milestone in your lives, and with the usual hashtag, stay safe, stay healthy. The court now stands adjourned. Thank you.
Baik, diminta tuan-puan kekal di video masing-masing ya. Ada sesi fotografi. POJ kami ready. Okay. Terima kasih semua. Selesai sudah proceeding long call pukul 9 pagi. Sebentar lagi ada pukul 11 pagi. Terima kasih semua.